We were just making records purely just to make the records. We had no idea, no clue of wanting to present it live. Like that just was not on our radar.
So what response was it when you guys got nominated for a Grammy? Were you guys actively campaigning for it?
I had no clue.
Or you just woke up
None.
one day and they were like, congratulations?
No, that's legit. No, legit. So, I was knocked out.
Right.
And
what had happened was we never really submitted it. You know how nowadays somebody has to submit
campaigning, right?
At the time, there were these committees. I think they at this point have done away with them because there were some concerns about democracy.
Yeah, they don't even have. I think the category we were nominated for is not even.
The category doesn't even exist. But essentially,
they retitled it something.
Yeah, what happened was somebody on the committee at the time, and I know who it is, but that's not really super relevant, entered that record as a record with merit that hadn't been selected by the members,
right?
Just as another suggestion, and it made it through the nominations list, which is kind of miraculous because we never campaigned, and so Yazra called me. And she was like, "Are you sitting down?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, should I be?" And she was like, "Tomorrow the nominations are gonna come out, and we're in it." And I just didn't really. It took a while to register because, like, as much as I was very sure of our merit, like, that was beyond my wildest dreams. As I'm sure you would have been the first time. Like, as much as you strive for that sort of professional acknowledgement, we were so niche in a lot of ways. And at the same time, I guess we had touched enough people that it went all the way up there. So I called Phonte. Phonte was asleep. I don't know if I left you a voicemail.
Nah, you called. We talked. I remember that. I was knocked out.
Yeah, you woke up.
And you was like, yo, bro, we won the Grammy. Well, we up for a Grammy. I was like, oh, shit, word up. All right, peace. And I went back to sleep. And so it didn't get real to me until I woke up, and then I saw, because this is back on the BlackBerry days, you know what I'm saying? Bro, my shit was going crazy, because this is like early days of Twitter. Yeah, it was just boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh shit, we got nominated for a Grammy. And so, yeah, it was just, crazy. I think for us, it really was just a validation of our art. And it just was like, you know, we did that record ourselves. Like, we had no machine behind us. It was no major label. Like, it was none of that. It was just me, Nick, and Amy just thugging that shit out. It was a moment for me, because that was, I talked about it in the doc too, just on the business side. Foreign exchange was the first time that in my time in the music business, that was the first time I was ever really paid for my work, like ever. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time I really saw.
We got to enjoy some cake.
Oh yeah. Like we did Leave It All Behind, and you know, we just put it out, and we had talked about, because at that time I think BBE, they was knocking, they wanted to re-up, they wanted to do.
Yeah, they were interested in it.
And we looked at the deal, and the deal was cool. And BBE, shouts to BBE, shouts to Pete. Eddie B, all of them.
Eddie B.
No, they did right by us on Connected. So we were open. We was like, all right, yeah, let's see. But by that time, you know, Nick and I was like, yo, man, like, bro, what if we try to do this ourselves, man? I think we can do this. And so, you know, Neo over here, he ran the numbers through his matrix. And he was like, yeah, man. So I think, I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go. And so we did it. And so, my first check, like our first statement off the first month of sales of Leave It All Behind was like 25 grand. That was more than I had seen off the last 4 or 5 Little Brother albums, 3 albums at that time.
Wow.
And it wasn't so much, it was, again, just having what I saw was just the transparency of, like, listen, dude, if I owe you $1, just show me a piece of paper saying that how I owe you this $1. You know what I mean? But I had never had that at no point in my career.
I still haven't had that moment.
Right.
Fam.
And a lot of
was
people
like 4 cents hanging up in the studio.
So finally, when we put out that record, man, that was really the start of our label. And we started it in 2008. So this is like right around the time. This is like when the economy is like going crazy, like right around the crash and everything. And I think my mentality was, all right, if we can launch a label during a fucking recession and survive, then we can make this shit. And it's been 16 years. And the Grammy nod was Nah, it was incredible. Just have that experience, and I think we had our suits and all that shit.
I remember.
What's wrong with y'all? Shit, I forgot.
Oh yeah, you drove with us at the Moja brunch.
Yeah, there were two Questlove related memories. Like you invited us to the Roots Jam.
The Roots Jam, yeah, we did.
The Grammy Jam, which was a big honor. We did Daykeeper that night.
Yeah.
But you also sat in with us. Like I remember, so it was me and Tay and Yazra on stage, and I was just doing the keyboards, and I remember hearing some drums at some point. This was not pre-planned.
Right.
And you just sat in with us, and it was like one of those things that I'll never forget because it was really kind of it was a moment for us that felt like we were accepted by a larger group. Like obviously you had been a champion of us in general through OkayPlayer, but like it was kind of that moment where you realize like, okay, we might have a future in this. Like this might be, there were a lot of people that we met.
Nah, getting props from the OGs. I remember we did Kiss and Grind. We performed at Victor's thing, and we performed with a pickup band for the first and last time ever. We ain't never doing that shit no more. We never doing that shit no more.
Right.
But during sound check, Weird Singing's me. Yaz it was just me and Yaz at that time. I don't think Darian wasn't with us.
No, he wasn't. Yeah.
It was just me and Yaz were singing, and so afterwards, I walk off stage, and it's this lady there, and I'm looking at her trying to figure out who she is, and she's like, "That was some real singing right there, and I love that was some good singing. I like that." It's fucking Ann Nesby from Sounds of Blackness, and I'm just like, "Holy shit," you know what I mean? So
that was the year we met.
Jimmy Jam,
Quincy Jones, Charlie Wilson. Like it was really kind of, we were rubbing shoulders with everybody that we admired, and we went to all of the events that, like the irony is like as a Grammy nominee, you don't get to go for free. It's still a pricey endeavor, and we didn't really have the money to campaign.
Right.
So we just like, look, we're going to go to all of these events. Like there's a producer thing at the Village studio. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like all of the things that you're very familiar with. We did hire a publicist to help us through the red carpet thing. Like, cause that was like recommended that we would to make the most of it.
Yes.
But it was kind of like one of those things where we realized like, as much fun as it is, like, I don't know if we truly belong here. And at the same time, the acceptance of it felt really good. I remember personally feeling very proud because this was something I could tell my parents and my family, and it made what I did very real. Versus like, I just make me, you know what I mean? It was kind of
thing you do with your friend in the United States.
Yeah, right. It was a moment of like, okay, this is like kind of a real thing, and so but we haven't really ever pursued another nomination, like in the same way, because like ultimately, I think we both realized that for us it was much more important to make the music versus being the campaigners.
Yeah, like literally as soon as it was over with, as soon as like, Jam announced, that India won for the joint, I think me and Nick just kind of looked at each other and was like, all right, bro, so you ready to get back in the studio? Like, we was
looking like we're out of time.
We were like, all right, we out of time. I'm like, yeah, we can, you ready to go back to the studio? We was just cool.
Phonte, what year was this?
That was 2008.
Nah, that was the actual 2010.
2010. Yeah, because album dropping in 08, end of 08, 09. So yeah, 2010.
09 is when the nomination happened, and then January of 2010.